Hello, welcome to Milk Honey Rose. I am Mystic Alchemy. Thank you for coming to visit me again. Okay, so in the last video, we ended off talking about birth charts and the power of the birth chart. Wow. I think the birth chart could actually really put a damper on the psychologist and the therapist positions, because if you could just see aspects of your personality and your natural characteristics of who you are as a person in accordance to how you are aligned with the stars, then quite frankly, you can actually begin to do the work that needs to be done on yourself, for yourself, with yourself, and those around you that you actually trust and care about, honestly. Because I actually did that with my family, and it worked very well. Now remember what your birth chart says. It's like so good. It's like a blueprint of who you are. Wow. When I saw myself on there, it was a little too on point. And what I found interesting within my birth chart was that before I even knew what a birth chart was, and when I was trying to figure out life, which I think every day I'm figuring out a little more, so that hasn't ended, because I consider myself a lifelong learner. And I have my hands in here because I don't know if it feels cozy right now, so don't mind that. But I consider myself a lifelong learner, and things that are considered my weaknesses, I actually worked on them because I noticed them within myself. And when I saw my birth chart, that actually made me very proud of myself. I was very proud of myself because I didn't know that I did that. I didn't know that I actually worked on my weaknesses so well, and I just utilized my strengths and put those in the forefront. And on the back end, when I noticed that I had a pattern doing something that I shouldn't, I was working on those things because I noticed it within myself. I was being honest with myself. And I just ask that you all do the same. Be honest with yourself. Even if you don't want to be honest about yourself with someone else because you're just not ready for that, at least be honest with yourself when it comes to who you are and your weaknesses. We all have weaknesses. We all have strengths. And it's okay. It's natural. And they're dependent on how we are aligned in the stars and with the planets. We are star babies, remember? It's amazing. But anyway, so I got to thinking after the last video about where exactly did the origination of birth charts derive from, right? I started thinking about that. So I have to do more research, but I'm just giving you the gist of what I found because I want to dive deeper into this because I like stuff. And when I like something, I dive in. Okay, I do. So it says birth chart readings, also known as natal astrology, stem from ancient Mesopotamia practices of observing celestial bodies and interpreting their influence on human life. Okay, these practices evolved and spread to various regions, including ancient Greece, Rome, and the Islamic world. Western astrology, as we know it, is a continuation of this tradition, refined and developed over centuries. Do you see that? Western astrology is the continuation of this tradition, which is, quite frankly, our tradition. And the Western world was like, oh, let me hop on that. Let me be a part of that because I want to know about that because that's a little magical. Let me see what that's about, right? But where'd it come from? It came from, it says ancient Greece, Rome, and Islamic world. Okay. Here are more detailed looks at the origins and development of birth chart readings. Okay, so to begin with, we have ancient Mesopotamia. The Babylonians were among the earliest to note celestial movements and associate them with earthly events. So that means that the universe and you and I, we coincide and we work together. Now I'm going to continue. They developed a system of divining omens from the stars and planets, which eventually led to the development of astrology. Divining omens. That's just basically saying I can use what I already know to prophesy of what could happen in the future. Okay? It's a prediction. So it's basically saying that they developed a system of divining omens from the stars and planets, which eventually led to the development of astrology. Yeah. Spread and evolution. Mesopotamian astrology influenced other cultures, including Greece, where astrologers like, is it Ptolemy? It's Ptolemy. I've seen his name before, but I have to do more research on this person. Okay, so Ptolemy, I'm not sure how to pronounce it, compiled treatises on the subject. The system spread further through the Islamic world, where it was preserved and further developed. Western astrology. Through the Middle Ages, astrology returned to Europe via Arabic learning and eventually evolved into a Western astrological system we know today. You see that? You see when people see something shiny, they want to take it and use it as their own. Okay? Modern interpretations. While the basic principles of birth chart readings remain similar to ancient practices, modern astrologers utilize advanced techniques and interpretational methods to provide personalized readings. Right. Okay, so now then I started looking at something else. Whoop, did I erase it? Where'd it go? I was looking at something after this. I was looking at who lives in Mesopotamia, like who are the types of people that are there. And the region of, or Mesopotamia is in the region of Iraq, okay? And so the Middle East, all right? And what else? There was something specific that I saw that I want to mention right now. It says a historical region of West Asia situated within the Tigris-Euphrates river system in the northern part of the Fertile Crescent. And that's where Mesopotamia is located, from what it's saying. Yeah, in the Middle East. It says Mesopotamia is a historical region in the Middle East, roughly corresponding to modern-day Iraq and parts of eastern Syria, southeastern Turkey, and western Iraq. It says, I'm going to read this part. The name means between two rivers. In Greek, referring to the Tigris and Euphrates rivers that define the region. It's considered the cradle of civilization, as it is home, or it was home, to some of the world's earliest cities, writing systems, and advanced knowledge. So that's a sweet spot. It feels like heaven on earth to me. That's a sweet spot. And I believe that there's another river. I remember reading in the Bible that there is another river. It's Euphrates, Tigris, and there's another one, but I can't remember the name right now. But that might be the next message or the next episode. Okay, let me see what else. Okay, early civilizations. Mesopotamia was home to the Sumerians, Assyrians, and Babylonians. Babylonians, among others, who made significant advancements in writing, mathematics, astronomy, and architecture. So these were some very intelligent people. And they had the sauce. They had the original traditional sauce. Okay? We need the sauce. Okay? We need we about to crack the code and get the recipe. Okay? This is what we plan to do. We cracking codes, we getting recipes, and we getting the cooking. What's cooking good looking. Okay? This is what we finna do. There was something else that I want to, is there something else? There was something else. Oh no, I said it. The Sumerians and the Syrians. I said the people that are over in that area, you know, the originals. I want to say the originals. So yeah, I think I'm gonna leave it there. I just wanted to dive into the origination of these teachings and why we know about them today, where they truly derive from the root of this knowledge. And it's powerful because you realize that it's so much deeper than you think. And clearly these people were very intelligent because they had their own writing systems and advanced knowledge. It clearly says advanced knowledge. It was their own civilization. They had their own way. And their way was to dive deep into intellect, utilizing the intelligence to then formulate advanced knowledge. Wow. Absolutely amazing. Well, we're going to dive a little deeper in the next episode. Thank you for being here. If you would like to book a coaching call or reading with me or purchase any of my books, you can. You can check the description box. You can go to www.MNHONEYROSE.org. And you can also check the store that's linked at the bottom of this video on YouTube. Thank you for being here, and I will see you in the next one.